cooking dinner.
Dude.
Eat that chicken.
Yo, what
Was
up?
so good. It was finger licking. That's what I was doing when y'all came over. Cooking my dinner. Now we're doing a podcast. All right.
Yo, what up? Welcome to the Chew Doing podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Chew Doing. It's the Chew Doing podcast.
With an apostrophe.
This is episode 5.
Episode of the week.
Shut up, Abe.
Well, I don't know how we're going to do this, guys.
Oh, I do.
So far, we've started the podcast almost every time, cracking open some crispy boys. But,
messed it up.
you know, we didn't have enough White Claws for all three of us.
Why did we not have enough White Claws?
My wife drank all of them last night.
Did.
That's basically what happened. But so y'all have White Claws. I've got the crispy crisp apple Angry Orchard, but I can't crack it. I mean, I can try.
It'll still make a...
I got a bottle. They have cans, so
You're an audio engineer guy, right?
yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Can I get more of me in my ears, please? I'm in microphone 1.
Oh, dude, you're at microphone 2. What are you talking about?
If I can have more in my ears, please.
Yeah,
Checkity,
dude.
check.
I'm number 3. You're number 2.
Look, man, if you would have showed up early,
Yeah, man. Look, if you wouldn't have been doing something dirty in your house and you said you were cooking and you weren't,
is that better though?
Yeah, that's really good. Actually, no, you just got louder.
Dude, you don't be messing with me, man.
I know. Hold on.
I know my
Listen,
stuff.
Listen. Hold on. Check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4. 1, 2, 3. The elevator door. I don't hear myself changing at all.
Dude, it's because I'm not changing you.
Oh, well, can you raise it up? You raise me up.
Dude, whatever. You just wanted to hear yourself
can
sing.
Vince Gill sings that.
You know,
right?
I'm just going to go with it. Oh, that's good.
my
That's good.
gosh,
That's good.
dude,
Did you
got
change it?
I didn't change anything, man. You just got louder.
Dude, that's classic audio crap, dude.
That's
Oh,
probably
I
what it
didn't
is.
touch a thing, and they're like, "It's great, it's great."
Okay,
Dude.
hold on. Then can you turn me up?
No,
Oh my gosh, dude. I can turn the overall volume of us up, but dude,
Check it.
dude,
Oh, that's better. That's better. That's better. That's better. Better.
See, man, this is why you show up early, like Nathan did today, and we ran through everything. But
yeah, man, I had something called tomato biscuits.
yeah, dude, Lauren made tomato biscuits for us.
Tomato biscuits are
What is a
great.
tomato biscuit?
It's actually like kind of like I think they were meatballs, but I don't know why they call them biscuits.
I guess, can you bake them and they turn out like biscuits?
Dude, yeah, they're so good.
They were great. I don't know. It was meatballs, and that was it.
I'm gonna crack open this thing.
Yeah,
I don't like saying that word.
The meatball. I forgot what we agreed on. Is it 1, 2?
It's on 3.
So it's 1. We're not doing it yet. So it's 1, 2.
Wait, hold on. How do I open?
Oh my
this?
gosh, give me this thing. No, you're doing it the wrong
Have
way.
Trent open
Wrong
the
way.
have Trent
Wrong
open the
way.
White Claw, and
Nope.
you open.
Yes, it's like here, but close it.
Oh, you gotta close it, dude. Okay, that makes total sense.
And not even that way, Trent. Hold up, Trent. You're doing the complete.
Dude.
Dude, I don't know how to open up a
Flip it up,
bottle.
dude.
It's literally all you do.
Well,
Wait,
don't-
hold on.
That one's weird. That bottle opener's weird, right? Dude, whatever. I'll
It's
figure it out.
backwards.
It is
Supposed
backwards.
To be like, because you're supposed to. I don't know. All
All right, well, I'll-
Trent, look.
We can just
dude,
try
look
this
at me.
out.
Look, you go like this, and then you go up.
No, dude. No, dude.
Not this
Okay,
one.
look.
Not
look.
this one, Nathan.
It's not like that. You have to go down.
Oh, well then, perfect. There it is. That's it.
This is going great, guys. All right, on 3. Somebody else count because I have.
Wait,
I have to
on
count-
3. So
on 3.
hold on, just testing. We're gonna test. It's gonna go 1, 2.
Yes.
Okay. All right, here we go. And wait, I gotta get the logo in it. So, no, I can't even do it. All right, 1, 2. Ooh. Oh,
Mine didn't make any noise.
well, because it's an apple juice.
You know, I went to this place, Angry Orchard,
Angry.
and it's not going to focus on you because
Yeah, the object in the back's too large. So.
Red light. Cheers.
So oh yeah, cheers.
to White Claw.
Wow, this is actually really good, and it has a lot of sugar in it, probably. When I went to the Angry Orchard in New York for my birthday, like 2 years ago, I took one of the apples, and I wasn't supposed to.
Are they really strict about that?
I mean, they told me not to, but I did it.
Was it good? Did you eat the apple?
Okay, so here's the thing: is they were saying that the apples that they use to make this cider are not good to eat, but they make really good cider. And it's like, okay, I mean, that sounds like
Interesting.
it could be a thing. Okay, I freaking got this apple and I ate it like 3 days later. It was delicious. It was so good.
Maybe those
It was
aren't the
maybe
apples they use.
maybe the best apple I've ever had.
Maybe that's not the actual apples they use. I bet you their apples got to come from somewhere, but just not that little one area that you were walking. I don't know why, but I could imagine them being like, we're not going to use the apples where people are for sure picking them.
That is true. I mean, we have been to a bunch of wineries this summer, and the wineries themselves are not that big, but they're making a lot of wine, and obviously they're not getting their grapes all from Texas, but
Wait, really? I thought they specialize in Texas wine, like so it's grapes grown here.
Yeah, dude, it has to be. Or they can't sell it with the name.
They're
on
not
it.
just going to like HEB and buying some red grapes on
So
sale.
you're telling me some big truck comes out of nowhere with a bunch of grapes from like
With the lady with Sunmaid, the lady that's
the
like
lady
"Meh."
who sells the with the raisins, you know?
Yeah, the raisin lady.
all I'm
Raisins
saying,
are
Very
so
good looking
gross,
lady,
man.
by the way.
all I'm saying is
This doesn't look better than Aunt Jemima.
we went to that winery by my parents' place the other day, the Dry Canal Creek, and they didn't even have any grapes out there.
Maybe they're not making wine right now.
Dude,
Dude, they did. They had like a whole field.
No, dude, it was dry. It was dry as hell.
Yeah, what happens during the off season here in Texas? You know what? I bet they make all their wine and then they have to go through an off season. Because did you
This
know?
is something we shouldn't talk about because we just don't know what we're talking about.
Did you know that all apple juice is made during the exact same time of the year?
Kind of makes sense because apples
Yeah.
are a fruit, and they have to be in season.
Right. But there's a bunch of other things like orange juice and all that, like they can make year round. But apples grow during a specific season if you want to get a certain type of juice. And so when you buy apple juice, I don't know what time of year, but let's say you buy it around wintertime, that apple's been dead for like 8 months already. That juice was made like 8-9 months
got
ago. And it's
preservatives
just
in it,
been
you know?
sitting there. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it's crazy to think. Wow.
Have you all ever eaten apples in the morning for breakfast and then wait 2 hours later?
They have more caffeine than a cup of coffee.
No, you should try and drink coffee
I already see your face, Trent. You don't
and then
believe me.
have some apples for breakfast and then wait 2 hours and see what happens.
Do apples have more You know what? This is something I heard. So now that I'm Googling it, okay, never mind.
Dude, they don't have any.
Oh wait, hold on.
do they?
No. It helps you. That's what I got confused. It helps you stay awake better than coffee because of the sugars in it.
I actually wasn't referring to the caffeine. I was referring to it makes you go to the restroom.
Oh,
I guess I could see that. Apples like turn into applesauce in you, or whatever. An apple is packed with 13 grams of natural sugar. Even better than a cup of coffee. Wow.
it's
Wow.
like a soda, isn't it? Or isn't a soda like 20 grams of sugar or something stupid like that?
Have you ever seen them boil off a can of Coke?
Isn't it like look like tar?
It looks like tar, but it's all the hardened sugars that are in there. So like they'll remove the color first, and then they've done it with Sprite too. They've boiled off Sprite, and the amount of sugar is ridiculous in there.
So when I was little, I was maybe like 7. Mm-hmm. When do you start losing your teeth normally, like as a kid? It's like you're like 6 or 7, right?
6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah. So I can't remember if it was my tooth or my brother's tooth, but we were at my house and I think it was my brother's tooth. My brother lost his tooth and he handed it to me and I was like, I don't know why, but I was like, oh, we need to put it in some water so you can put it like under your pillow tonight. Like, I don't know why I thought that.
I feel like I know where this is going,
But-
keep going.
You drink it.
No.
That's sort of not what I was
No.
thinking. But
So I put the tooth in some Mountain Dew. And
Dude, Mountain Dew.
yeah, man. And I think I knew it was Mountain Dew. I had to have known. I'm pretty sure it was my Mountain Dew. And a couple hours, we go back, dude, that tooth is gone, man. It straight up dissolved in the Mountain Dew.
Dude, sounds like your brother wasn't brushing his teeth, man. Those some weak teeth there, man.
No, it wasn't gone. He had to have taken it.
No, it was gone,
I wonder if
man.
it's because it goes from the inside of the tooth.
No, dude. It sounds like he just had a horrible tooth, man, and the sugars broke it down.
When
or
you
something.
think about it, though, our baby teeth have to be disgusting because all the crap we eat as kids.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to brush my teeth.
So there was this girl. I was friends with this family, and this little girl, when she was little, when she was like a little toddler, I guess, she would go to sleep and she had a bottle, but there wasn't water in the bottle. It was like almond milk or something, like soy milk. It might have been soy milk.
Gross.
But she would fall asleep with soy milk in her mouth. So all her baby teeth were like brown. Disgusting brown, dude. It was nasty. But
Dang.
it was just like a really bad habit that she developed as like a little toddler.
Yeah.
You have
She-
to go get
she
them all
would-
pulled out for like $20, man. My brother can do it. Shout out Noe, dude.
For
He's a
20
dentist.
for 20
He'll pull
bucks?
out all your teeth, man. $20, man. It's special.
Where is he living?
Oh, dude, I don't know where he lives.
I thought it was McAllen. Texas,
No,
the
it's somewhere.
southern.
Is it North or South Dakota?
He's in a Dakota.
He's one of the Dakotas, bro, in the tundra. I actually don't even remember if
What
it's South
would
or North.
ever entice anyone to be like, I'm going to the Dakotas of all the states?
Hey, call him up right now, real quick. Go ahead and call him.
Why?
Oh, dude. So you all can compare bank accounts real quick.
Oh, is that what matters?
Abe, you're like really far out of the frame, by the way. Like you should scoot in. Like I'm not gonna bite you, dude.
Well, this is where the chair was, so I didn't change it. Should I change it?
Well, I mean, I had the.
This is literally where
I had the mic stand all set up, and we were gonna have this
Yeah, then you
intimate,
shut up late. and-
intimate conversation.
Nathan, don't
and-
you normally work till 9 o'clock? Shut up. Wait a minute. So why did he go to the Dakotas? Like, if he could be a dentist anywhere, like, what does he have a deal? Is it a contract or?
He got a good job, man.
No, but I
Yeah.
didn't know, because I know some people have to go for like, it's like, all right, well,
Dude,
you have
he's
to do this
fre-
like
he's
training out
fresh
there.
out of
Whatever.
he's fresh out of school. Well, not super fresh. He got a good job, man.
The Dakotas.
He got a good job.
Dude, it's pretty
we've
cool
all,
over there. Actually, I don't know what you're talking about.
We've all of us except maybe Nathan have moved somewhere, another state for a job.
Nathan came from the Valley. It's essentially another country.
it's
pretty
kind of like San Antonio now. I mean,
No.
I mean, walk a street down from here, man. There you go.
You're in the Valley.
Yeah,
You go another direction. Ooh.
it's all about those little shoeless toddlers stepping on those Whataburger fries. You know.
Aw.
Ew. Dude, we went to Whataburger the other
Just can't
night.
stop thinking about that rat, dude. Huh? The one that dipped in the fryer.
Oh my gosh, you should pull that up.
Dude, that rat.
Was that at
That was at a. It was at a. I don't know what the city is, but it was not far from here, and it's like really gross.
it was at a
man.
McDonald's?
No, it was Whataburger.
Oh, what kind of Whataburgers have the fryers behind the?
Oh, dude, a lot of them have them behind the counters, like
Right
just
behind the
like
counter?
The fry section,
The
is
old
just
school
fryers.
ones, right?
Yeah, they're like the fryer stuff's behind the counter.
Yep. It's like right there where the customer is placing their order.
That oil also has to get replaced like every so many like how many hours? I forget how many hours it. But they have to drain it, put new stuff in there. Like,
How much oil does that thing hold?
dude, it's a lot, and it's like sucked up with some machine. He goes to a grease trap in the back.
10 gallons or something.
Yeah,
stupid
it's like a
that.
giant pain.
Which I don't know if either of y'all have ever smelled what a grease trap getting cleaned out smells like. It is the
pretty
worst
horrible.
thing ever.
Hey, I'm actually gonna say no, it's not.
It's
it's not the
horrible.
worst thing ever. It just smells like.
It smelled like a septic tank.
I'm gonna say.
Where did you smell
say
something that smelled like a septic tank?
So we at our old office, there's this place next door
Get outta here,
called
bro.
the Winchester, and there was a guy literally emptying out the grease trap. He had that big old truck that was there, and I thought it was like a septic system. And I asked some of the other clients in the building. They're like, "No, that's when they clean out their grease trap." and it was
They're probably not cleaning it often enough. That's gross.
horrible. Like it smelled like sewage, and I was like, "You sure it's not a septic tank?" They're like, "Nope, that building doesn't have a septic tank." It's
Nah, the
open
Whataburger
plumbing."
grease never was like
Well, it's probably
disgusting where you were like vomiting. Like it was just like gross because
they probably have better practices
what it
though
looked
than like
like.
this shady little bar that's like, well, just clean it out whenever.
Hey, you know what's probably worse than that? In coffee shops, you drain the milk down this sink, basically, and then sometimes that sink gets clogged, and then you have to clean that out.
Yeah.
nice.
You ever done that? That's real bad because it's milk.
Yes.
Or
Dude, milk is so gross.
I've
so
worked
good.
in 2 coffee trucks,
nuh-uh.
and you have to the coffee trucks have tanks where you drain the milk, and
Yeah,
you have
they
to
do.
drain the tanks out. It's disgusting. It's much worse.
This milk smells so freaking
Dude, Abe's about that milk, dude. From
that milk.
he's from that man milk,
What's
dude.
that
It's-
milk? He needs some milk.
Dude, Abe's all about that cockroach milk.
That's disgusting.
Clean that in a grease trap or whatever. Okay, we went way off topic. What were we talking about? We talked about apples.
Dude, we were talking about nothing. That's what we just.
But I
It's
had
okay, man.
something-
Look, dude, it doesn't have to have a topic,
I
man.
had
It's just
something-
however it happens is how it happens.
I wanted to branch off of
guy
something you were saying.
goes off of
All right,
PowerPoint.
Nathan, go ahead and let's start your topic, the one that you're
No,
bringing
dude,
this
it's
week.
not a topic. I was just gonna bring
no,
it up.
let's
I was
go.
gonna-
Just
I was
bring it
gonna-
up.
All right, I was
Let's
gonna
go.
ask you
Let's
guys.
go ahead and do it, Nathan.
Oh man,
This is Nathan's 5 minutes for the podcast this week. Go ahead, Nathan.
Oh man, this is a heated podcast, guys.
It's very hot.
It's so heated. It's not that hot in here, but I mean, do you guys need to like work some stuff out?
Okay, it is funny that you said it's not that hot in here because you want to know what we were laughing about before?
What, the video of my
Oh,
wife
dude, I didn't have my
laughing?
headphones on. I'm
No,
sorry.
when
What's up?
you walked out and you were like, "What's going on?" and Nathan was laughing. So you were in the restroom, and I was like, okay, gosh, it's warm in here. I'm gonna go change the thermostat real quick before Trent comes out. And I'm walking, and all of a sudden I hear you walk out of the restroom, and then I was like,
Dude, you got scared.
I needed to go to the restroom. And then I
Dude.
walked in, I turned around, and Nathan saw me walk right back out, and Nathan just gives me this look of just like, bro, you got caught.
Dude, you got scared, man.
I did.
Why didn't you just change the thermostat?
Because you don't change a friend's thermostat at their house. I don't pay
Dude.
y'all's electric bill. I'm not going to rack up energy for y'all.
Dude, I'll do it, man.
You'll rack up my energy bill?
I'll at least say something.
I was
Look,
like,
we're all about honesty in this house, you know?
yes, shom ba ba ba. Yes.
Hey, what you just did? What is that?
What?
You just made some kind of noise.
Shom ba ba da 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 da.
Yeah. What is that?
What do you think?
It's Abe being blasphemous.
Shaba.
Have you ever realized that that's very blasphemous of
I
you
have.
to like make fun of speaking in tongues?
Shaba. Yes. There's also plenty of other things that that we do that are
Probably.
blasphemous in one day.
Not outright blasphemous. I watch myself, you know.
To split a saint?
I don't like listen to satanic music.
Okay, Meshuggah. Okay.
Like Slayer.
I'm pretty
What
sure
are some like, we're not glorifying it for all you people listening and watching, don't get it twisted. What are some of the bands that are like, are there still like satanic bands?
there's a band called Whitechapel.
Yep, that's
I'm pretty sure they're pretty satanic. We went to a show and we didn't go to see them, but they were there and they were pretty wild. They all had black North Face jackets on, and it was like a hot bar. Like it was a metal show. There's people sweating and like mosh pitting, and they had like, you know, the ones that are filled with goose feathers and the hoods and everything. That was them. It was crazy. They probably lost so much weight.
that's crazy.
They wore jackets.
Dude, full on like puffy, like snow jackets, not just like little light layers. They were full on puffy jackets.
That's crazy.
It was
Yeah.
nuts.
Wow. I don't mess around with that stuff. Unless it's like in a scary movie. Totally cool if it's in a movie. I'm like, yeah, I'll go all the way. Like, let's freaking just get scared like crazy. But yeah, don't mess with that stuff. And neither should any of y'all.
Well, like you're talking about scary movie with like satanic stuff in it.
Yeah.
You'll watch that.
Oh, yeah, I'll watch that because it's just like, whatever. It's just a scare factor. It's trying to scare me. But if it's like actual messing with it, I don't do Ouija boards. I don't do like summoning the dead. I don't do all that sort of stuff. I don't invite like spirits in my house. No, nothing like that. But yeah, I don't mess around with that junk.
Do you know anything about tarot cards?
About what?
Tarot cards? Wait, is that what they're called? Tarot cards.
Tarot cards?
Tarot cards. Yeah, that.
Call me now. My name's Miss Cleo, that lady.
Oh, dude, she got busted, right?
She's not even Jamaican, bro. She's from like Queens, New York. Like, no Jamaican accent or anything. Yeah, she
Dude,
got busted a long time
She
ago.
probably made like mad money doing that too.
My money.
I don't even know
did.
who you're talking about.
The lady
She was
that
on
was
like the infomercials all the time.
yeah, she was always on like basic cable late at night. It was always like, "Do you want to know your future? Call
Yeah, you know
me
what you were
now."
watching cable for late at night for, but she would always stumble upon the channel list, you know?
Dude, Abe was watching that late night television for what was it? Girls Gone Wild?
Oh my god!
Just wanted to see that 30-second ad
Dude.
with the pixelated blurred outs.
I used to get in so much trouble because I would watch South Park in my room, and my mom would like run in and I'd like change the channel, and she always thought I was watching like something dirty, and it was literally just I guess South Park as a
come
kid.
on, man.
I always did because Comedy Central was channel 48 when you had the old school TVs back in the day. And I remember I'd sit there and I'd watch South Park and I wasn't allowed to. And I would always change the channel real quick. And she thought that I was watching other things, which we didn't even have access to. We didn't have HBO or Showtime, but
I
whatever.
always stayed up late to watch Adult Swim. Was that Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network, yeah.
Yeah.
Those had some weird cartoons on.
I liked watching Robot Chicken,
yeah.
that type of stuff.
Yeah. That kind of stuff was
Or
crazy,
Beavis and
though.
Butthead. I was a huge Beavis and Butthead fan. My mom hated that I watched that, but my dad loved it. And you know what else I watched? Like, thanks to my dad? Celebrity Deathmatch.
Oh, dude, that was the
Celebrity
best.
Death Match. That's the
I used
theme
to
of
watch
this
that.
week. We're just going
That's
back in
MTV,
time.
dude.
Dude, there's this one episode I just remember so vividly. It's the one of, I think it was like, they had the, like, it was like partner,
Oh my gosh.
it was partner wrestling, so it was like 2 versus 2. But I remember one specifically. It was like Britney Spears versus Michael Jackson, and it was so dumb, man.
Oh my gosh. Some of the
It's like the best like claymation.
the claymation was
Dude.
insane. Look, they had the Beavis and Butthead one. Celebrity Deathmatch, MTV, man. That used to be MTV, let's be real. MTV was amazing growing up back in like the late 90s.
MTV was good. It was good for the music. Honestly, I started watching it and when it was like starting to become something other, like a lot more than music.
Yeah.
But like right after that is when it was like really good. Like it had a lot of really good shows. Now it's like super dumb, right?
Yeah, it's like Teen Mom, and Jersey Shore mixed with Teen Mom. But
I did watch a lot of Jersey Shore though.
I did. That was the last show I probably watched. I was more of the Real World, Road Rules. I was all about the hills. Love that show.
I think Jersey Shore, it's like obviously like trash TV, but I mean, when it first came out, I watched it and I thought it was pretty entertaining. But now when I watch it, because they released all of the seasons at some point in the past, like however many years, and I started rewatching it, and it was really cringy to rewatch.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't ever
insane.
remember it being that cringy when I was watching it.
Yeah. Well, you could tell half the stuff they're doing is just because they know it's going to be on camera and all that. Yeah, I always wanted to be on the Real World. You know, our friend Adam actually like auditioned for the Real World, and he got like a callback, but then he never went past that.
So, Real World, that's the one where they all just live
Seven
together?
strangers pick to live in a house and have their lives taped to find out what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real. The Real World Las Vegas. Where are you? Beating him down.
You wish you were one of those
Real
dudes on the
World
show, or
logo.
what?
Yo, I wanted to be on the Real World so bad.
Why did you want to be on there? Though?
Dude,
You
you would have
realize
been
you
made
get
fun
to
of
live,
immediately. Come
you
on.
get to live in and you wouldn't have. You get to be in a house immediately put in like they take your phone or whatever. You get a job. You work in these cool cities. It's like a free vacation.
It's like Jersey Shore where you work in the t-shirt shop on the pier.
Essentially, yeah. But you have better jobs than that. Their jobs were horrible on Jersey Shore.
Those guys would have just made you do their laundry for them.
Gosh, you didn't even do your laundry. You lived in like a mansion. They lived on like the penthouse in Vegas. Like I think it's like the Palms Resort or whatever. Dude, the Real World house. My favorite was the Real World Austin. That one was amazing. So good.
Austin, really?
Yeah, Austin had a real good one. Their house was dope. It was off of 4th Street. It was right by Rainy.
Yeah, it was next to Torchy's Tacos.
Oh,
Right
well.
by Rainy Street. And so it's pretty awesome.
I'm trying to think of other like really terrible TV shows that I really liked.
Ren and Snippy.
That wasn't terrible though. I mean, it was.
Dude,
that's
that's
not.
pretty bad. Ren and
It's
Stimpy's
real
pretty
bad
gross.
if you look at some of the clips
I'm
today.
talking about. I'm talking about mostly like trash TV, like stuff that I'm embarrassed to say that I watched. I watched a bunch of Keeping Up with the Kardashians before it was like. All right, we're kind of over it. Like it's kind of. We get it. We get your work in it, and you know.
Do y'all remember Joe Rogan before Fear Factor? What show he was on? The Man Show on Comedy Central?
This guy coming up with the Joe Rogan stuff. I thought
Yeah.
you just discovered Joe Rogan.
His podcast. I'm hooked now. But
great.
he was on. Do y'all remember the Man Show on Comedy Central?
That's what it was called.
Yeah,
The Man Show. I don't think
just
I
two
ever saw
guys. It
that.
was him and Adam Carolla,
Yep.
and then it was who's the guy at Late Night Show who does like the horrible Christmas presents?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel was on there for a while too with Adam Carolla. I'm almost certain. But yeah, and like it was.
Was it like
freaking
early '90s or something?
late? It's gotta be
No.
late '90s.
Late '90s.
Yeah, and it was just a show. They always had beer. There was this one kid that they would always send out, and he would be selling beer on like the sidewalk, and he'd always have people come up to him. They're like, "Son, you're not supposed to be selling beer," and he's like, "Hey, if you're not going to get any beer, get your fat gut out of here." And it'd be like this old lady or whatever, like hidden camera stuff. Man Show was amazing. Yeah.
I know that when I was like maybe like 13, a teenager, mid-teens, I started watching a lot of Fuel TV. Do you know what Fuel TV is? It's like the action sports channel.
No.
It's like skateboarding,
okay.
motocross, like surfing. I honestly, I hated watching surfing stuff because it's so boring. I would much rather be surfing
Yeah.
than watching surfing. But watching skateboarding has always been pretty entertaining to me.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else.
The late '90s, early 2000s, like some of my favorite time to watch TV. Well, because you actually had to sit down, like you couldn't just record it and watch it later on.
Yeah.
But I got into Survivor. It wasn't trash TV.
Survivor's good.
I started season 2 and I was hooked. That was the Outbacks. They were in Australia, and it was. I don't watch it anymore. They're on like season 7,000 or whatever. But yo, Survivor was pretty dope. That was a good show.
That was where they didn't drop. It was like they did obstacles and it was, right?
did, yes.
Like
And
they did
so-
challenges and stuff.
And every week somebody got voted off of
That's
the
right.
island.
I couldn't remember how they narrowed it down.
Yeah. Somebody always got voted off the island. But yeah, there were challenges, and if you found like a something and you were like exempt or whatever. Yeah, that was a good show. Big Brother and all that, they're still doing all that junk, and so
That's crazy, man.
yeah. Late 90s, early 2000s was pretty awesome.
So, I mean, I didn't have cable growing up. I watched a lot of stuff at friends' house, and I would go to my grandparents' house and watch, you know, a bunch of stuff. But I forgot what I was gonna say.
Everybody had that one friend with all of the TV channels.
Dude, I straight up forgot what I was gonna say. I was thinking about my grandparents. Dude.
I didn't have cable, but
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have cable, and dude, I can't remember, dude. I thought if I started saying what I was like,
no,
dude, that didn't work, man.
No, you have like a video of this stupid little kid on the screen. I don't know what he's looking at.
Oh, dude, I was literally just watching that. Like, that has no relevance. To this
Oh
podcast
man, I thought we were
whatsoever.
gonna like.
No, dude, I was just watching that. Just
Dude,
because
you
I was.
watch videos of people playing video games, but of a skateboard video game?
No, dude, I logged into. I logged into the Chew Doing podcast YouTube, and we have our video posted there, our videos posted there.
if you've ever
And
wondered what we look like talking about all this, you should just go ahead and watch us too.
Oh yeah, we put some
Abe
stuff
looks
on it.
exactly what he sounds like.
Yes.
Do I look like how I sound like?
I feel like we all look like what we sound like.
I feel like when I listen to my voice, I sound different than the way I look, though. Do you like the way your voice sounds when you hear it
I
back?
don't. I actually really dislike it.
I don't like it at all.
I don't
I
think
hate
anyone
it.
likes it. I think there was like a scientific thing. I'm not going to look it up, but there was like a scientific. Celebrity Deathmatch came back in 2015. They brought it back for a little while.
No way, really?
Yeah. So after this, we should watch a few episodes of it.
We should. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny because it's kind of that show that could last a really long time
Oh, yeah.
because it feeds off of like pop culture, basically.
This one was all about like social media and all that. So they had everything. Wow. That's kind of cool.
What is it on? Oh, I know what I was going to say. I was going to say with cable TV, like I didn't grow up having cable TV, but now cable TV is not really a thing. Like we have subscriptions,
Oh, yeah.
but like how are all of the other TV channels surviving? You know?
I don't know. I feel like they all
Like-
have their own
like, how
subscription
is-
services.
How is, for instance, I'm sure a lot of people watch this because I used to watch it when we were staying at Lauren's parents' place. Like, how does HGTV? How are they still a
Yeah.
thing?
Dude, you can just
So
like get a
with-
your
How
TV
is the
scans
how is the
that.
Food Network still on air?
So I wondered the same thing, and how it works is every single time on every single time on Netflix or Hulu even that you watch that show, they get a ton of money. And you think, oh, there's not that many people, but it's like millions of people are still watching. Excuse me.
Gross.
HGTV and
Dude,
all that.
you
What the
almost-
heck kind of hiccup was that? Was that a burp?
It was a burp, and I didn't want to be like. Blah, 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 blah.
Dude, you took such a big breath in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you almost died. That was weird. Also, my chair is super like. I have a cheap bar stool, and you can hear it.
Oh.
Oh,
What? But yeah, so they make a ton of money off of that. And so it's just, I remember when they first started announcing like Hulu, Netflix, and how they have like all the regular networks on it. And I was like, there's no way like cable's going to be around forever because you get to watch it live. And then it became like, who watches anything live anymore? Besides like major sporting events, you have no reason to watch anything live anymore except Game of Thrones. Except that last season too. You don't need to watch that one live.
Okay, so we didn't for Game of Thrones, for instance. We watched it live because we have
We have access to that app. Yeah.
access to HBO. So it's like they can do it live on there.
Yeah.
And another thing is, I don't really understand how musicians get paid when everybody just has Spotify. Like that's something
That many
I
people. It's obviously a lot less money, but
definitely, but that's something I should look into because it does have a lot to do with my industry, both of our industries.
because how much are we getting paid for our podcast?
I think it's like negative
it depends.
$14 with the White Claws included.
Yes.
We're in the
Yeah.
red. Yeah.
Which, by the way, before we move on to our next topic, we should probably take a break.
Yeah, let's throw it to the ad.
Yeah. So take a listen from our sponsor.
Okay, and we're back.
That was such a good
The
ad.
quickest ad ever.
I
I know.
love
Thank you.
that ad.
Depending on what the ad is, I most likely recorded it with my voice
Yes.
prior or after this.
Pampers. Thank you for choosing Pampers.
Chewable Pampers. So good. Lentil stew. But anyways, okay. So
I wanted to talk about what we did this weekend.
I was going to talk about that.
That's what you were going to talk about, for real?
Look it.
What did you do this weekend?
Second on the list.
Second on the list.
So, we as in Abe and I and our friend Coke went to Enchanted
Shout out
Rock.
Coke.
Yeah, shout out to
shout
Coke.
out Cook for taking my place. Yeah.
Oh, so much better, by the way. Anyways,
Yeah, I bet
he gets good guy to road
It-
trip with,
it
though.
was-
yeah.
It was-
I bet he's real cool.
It was kind of a last. It was pretty last minute. I feel like I've been talking about it for weeks. I wanted to go out because it was what's called the Harvest Moon, which is basically the moon is.
I'm gonna fact check you whatever you're about to say.
It's a full moon. Yeah, dude. Look it up, dude. So, actually, I do need you to pull up some facts. Just type in. Yeah. Okay, so it was a full moon. It's a harvest moon on Friday the 13th.
What?
Which is pretty rare. I think the last Friday the 13th harvest moon was in 2000 or something like that. And oh no, that's the full moon. The last full moon on
No.
Friday
Why
the
is it
13th.
called the Harvest Moon?
No, the harvest moon is called a harvest moon because it is basically the moon rises. It's like closest to the equator, something like that. Anyways, as the sun is setting, the moon is rising and it gets insanely bright because it's basically like parallel to the sun, and it's
We're
also
like lined up.
yeah, so the moon was super bright. It's also when the moon is the farthest away, so it's apparently 14% smaller full moon than all the other full moons. And yeah, it's basically, I think it was the next full moon or harvest moon on Friday the 13th won't be till 2175 or something like that. So basically never. But anyways, we went out to Enchanted Rock, which is an hour and a half away. It's in Fredericksburg. The Fredericksburgs.
Fredericksburgers?
Dude, look it up, man.
Frederick Burgers.
Dude, look up the harvest moon.
Yeah.
Nathan's giving me shit about this. It's a real thing. They call it harvest moon because
Nathan, you were there. Come on.
Oh yeah, your friend,
He wasn't there.
your friend White Powder
That's
took
right.
place,
he
right?
wasn't.
Dude,
Yeah.
he does have an interesting name. His name is
Yeah,
straight
Coke.
up Coke.
And it's not named after the drink or the drug. It's named after some governor, apparently. A Texas governor. The Hammer, Jim
I don't think
Adler.
I've met Coke. Is he cool?
Coke is really
Yeah,
cool.
you would really like Coke.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's always down for wings, too.
yeah,
He literally drives down just to go to,
he-
to
yeah,
Cole's.
last week he drove from Austin to have wings with us on a random Thursday. Was it Thursday night?
I think it was a Thursday night because the next day we saw it.
Wait, he doesn't live here?
No, he lives in Austin. But anyways, yeah, so we went to Enchanted Rock. We got there kind of late, honestly, right as the sun was setting. So we booked it up, that thing. It took us.
Y'all booked it up.
It took me and Coke like 15 minutes to get up to the top.
Can I be
Because
honest
we
about
were-
something?
What?
I did not fully know before we left that we were actually going to be climbing the whole thing. I thought we were going there to like pick out a good spot to like on the side of it to do like cool stuff. So when we walked in, we were like, all right, we're going to the top. I guess I had kind of come to that conclusion, but I was like,
Dude, why would you assume that we would not go to the top?
well,
You-
because we brought like the, what's it called? That huge tripod. I was like, there's no way. It's when I saw the gear, I was like,
dude,
I don't think he's going to
will-
carry all this all the way up to the top.
I regret not taking that tripod up to
Really?
the top. Yeah, because I used my little dinky little tripod.
Oh, you got some great photos.
I did. I took a pretty dope time lapse. But, I mean, it was a full moon, and it would have been a lot better if there was no moon and would have seen a lot
Yeah.
more stars. But yeah, man, Coke and I, we both of us had never been, so
Yeah.
of course we're gonna climb to the top.
Which
of it.
is crazy. Coke, I get. He used to live in Podunk, like Peapod, Texas, or whatever. And you, though, but you lived in the hill country. I'm so shocked that you have never been to Enchanted Rock. It's amazing.
You know, when I was in my late teens, when I like had a truck, when I was like going and doing stuff, I didn't really go really far because I had a really shitty truck, man,
Yeah.
and it was like it could break down at any moment. I had a '97 F-150. I blew a rod randomly. I had to put a new engine in it.
Yeah.
And then, dude, that truck was a money pit. And so it was always breaking down on me. And I never really went on long road trips. I know the longest road trip I ever went on, I mean, I drove to like Houston or Dallas.
Yeah.
I drove to the coast.
Always fun.
That's probably the longest road trip I ever did with it.
Yeah.
But
But
I just had a shitty truck, you know. I didn't really go that far. There's actually a lot of places in Texas that I haven't been, and
There's
obviously
a lot of places I haven't been. This place is humongous.
yeah, obviously Texas is freaking massive, but I mean, there's a lot of places that I do want to go. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, I want to go to Marfa.
Oh, so bad.
There's this other place that my in-laws were telling me about. It's basically like the let's see. I have a planner.
Yeah.
I want to go to. It's this place called Palo Duro.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Texas Grand Canyon, basically. I want to go there. I basically just want to go to like really dark
Yeah.
like
spots.
because I'm kind of getting into like this astro time lapse photography stuff. Like
I just
really
want to go camping, man.
Well, we can go camping, man.
At Enchanted Rock.
Yeah,
I want to make coffee in the wilderness.
Dude,
I want to
Enchanted
grind
Rock.
up beans and make it on a fire.
Well,
Where do you want to use the
and
restroom, though?
And I want to say when I make it, that's a good cup of coffee.
Good cup of Joe, right?
Yeah, I want to like purposely make my voice deeper.
Like the Whataburger, the old Whataburger guy.
Yeah, but it has
Just
to-
like you like it.
Dude, that guy, man, what happened to that dude?
Well,
The way he said taquito,
the breakfast taquito at Whataburger.
sausage, egg, and cheese taquito
Burger.
dude, yeah, what happened
wouldn't
to
be
that
the
guy?
same with that picante sauce.
I'm going to take
dude,
one guess at what probably
He
happened to that
he
guy.
for sure had a mustache,
Dude,
He has a mustache.
and he always has like he never clears his throat.
oh, yeah. It's
Like
just
you just want
some
like, dude,
buildup.
take a sip of water, man. One of these days.
So, wait, Nathan, have you ever been to Enchanted Rock?
I've never been anywhere.
What?
I just work, dude. I'm a slave.
Everybody went on the school field trip to
No,
Enchanted
dude,
Rock.
I was not on a field trip.
dude,
I
what
was
kind
not
of
fortunate
of
enough.
field trips were you going on?
Look,
you know what
I'll
kind
tell
of
you what.
freaking
Yo, you know what?
you know what kind of freaking field trips I went on? The Dixie Flag place off of 35
The Flag Factory.
and the freaking SAS shoes.
We went to SAS Shoes, the shoemaker place off of
Dude,
35.
there's just a bunch of old little Mexican ladies in there sewing shoes together. It's the saddest thing I ever seen.
But everyone loves going to SAS Shoes because you know what you get? You get a little bag of popcorn and you get your glass Coke bottle, and it costs 10 cents every time you go to SAS
that place
Shoes.
is like walking into a Cracker Barrel.
It is, but
Their
with the
little gift shop?
really nerdiest shoes. But Nate, you've never been to Enchanted Rock.
I've never been anywhere, dude. I've been to Colorado. I shouldn't say I've been anywhere.
You've been to a lot of places.
We've been to a lot. I've been to a
You've
lot
been to
of
Israel. Okay,
We've
Colorado.
toured- We've been a lot of places.
Oh
on
yeah,
tour.
on the tour. I was on tour
But
and I went to a
that's
bunch
work,
of
you
places.
know, that's
yeah,
like-
it doesn't really
yeah.
count. I don't really get to explore that much. But
Colorado had the best stars I've ever seen. We went to go see a meteor shower one night. We went with Gina and Ronnie. Shout out Gina and Ronnie. Look at all the blue circles on the wall. We saw the most crazy meteor shower out there. I have never seen so many stars before. No moon, out in the wilderness.
That's why, because
We
there
were-
was no moon.
We were far away from the springs into the mountains to probably easily could be a cougar or a bear. We pulled into someone's property, no lights, no nothing. We just pulled in, parked, no trees, and just sat there. We all brought chairs. It was freezing too. It was coming to the end of winter, dude. Your camera would have lost its mind out there. You would have, that picture of the Milky Way you always like want to take pictures of? That's
like-
what your camera would have gotten. It would have been intense. Insane.
Right now, my like bucket shot
Uh-huh.
is just the Milky Way. Like
Yeah.
I want just a really clear picture of the Milky Way, and if I can get a time lapse of it, like turning in the sky,
Yeah.
oh, dude, that's the one, man. That's the bucket shot right now.
Yeah.
What sucks is the next time it's the new moon, right?
New moon is when there's no moon, which doesn't make sense. But the naming convention doesn't
it's
make
starting
sense.
a new moon, and it's the end of.
I guess they're building up a new moon.
But the next new moon is September 28th, and I was really thinking about going out there, but that's on a Saturday night, and I
Well.
have work on Sunday morning. We both have work on Sunday morning, and that's when I was thinking about going. But we could always go the Friday before that.
Do you want to go to Enchanted Rock or?
Well, the thing about Enchanted Rock is, of all the places that I want to go, which is Marfa, that Palo Duro place,
Yeah.
and really far away, White Sands, New Mexico. Enchanted Rock is the
I
closest.
want to go to the White Sands place
True.
so bad.
What's crazy about White Sands is you can get a pass and you can camp in the dunes. It's like an
Ooh.
overnight pass, and that's like, dude,
We can
gotta
live out
do
Star
that.
Wars, man. We got to live it out.
But we'll figure it out. But
No, not you. Just me and Trent.
we'll figure it. Well, no, we'll probably just invite Coke.
Oh no, just me and Trent, and you and Coke can go by yourself.
No, it's cool. We'll probably just invite Coke. Anyways,
Okay, no.
but
Look,
when we were,
I did
at-
invite you, Nathan. I did invite you.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
But it was last minute. I
Yeah,
understand
no,
that.
it's cool.
It was last minute. Why? We had been planning that thing forever. Man, just messing with you, Nathan. We'd love for you.
I had been planning it forever, and I finally got Abe to freaking commit to going because
Yeah, I heard he didn't want to go up the rock.
Oh,
you know?
it's gonna be so hot. The rock is gonna be
Dude,
so hot.
did you
into
read that
the-
stupid
into the
sign when we
night.
pulled up? Everybody, go Google Enchanted Rock in the summer. They recommend that you actually.
it's not even summer,
go.
bro, though.
That you.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So in Texas, it's still not like 9 billion degrees. It's finally cooling off, but it wasn't 9 billion degrees like 2 weeks ago.
Dude,
It
that's
was.
the tectonic plates are that hot. Okay, chill.
Stupid. Okay, but when we were up there, okay, this is a random topic, but I thought about it when we were talking about this. Do y'all think, and I think we may have talked about this before, do y'all think we're the only ones? Because I love nighttime stuff because I'm like, dude, there's got to be something else out there.
That's kind of how I feel about it. Like, look, I don't know shit. And you know what? Everybody else out there, they don't know anything either. So it's like, how can you say, I know that there's nothing else out there? Like, you're
Yeah.
dumb.
It's a good
The
argument.
way you say that, Trent,
Dumb.
Dude,
that's gonna. I don't know, man. That's not a real.
it's like, look, I admit I don't know a lot of things, and that's one thing that I don't know, but I feel like there's got to be.
Yeah.
There's no way. We're the only ones? Come
And
on.
are they like
I don't know, man.
humanoid like, or are they like the whole
After I saw
Roswell
that Bob
big ol'
Lazar
eyes?
thing, man, there's got to be other guys out there.
Yeah,
Bob Lazar, man, shout out, dude. I believe your story. What's up?
oh my gosh.
I believe him too, man.
Y'all ready to raid Area 51? It's happening.
Yo.
Whatever happened to that? Is that
I think
There's
it's
a
actually next week or
music
something.
festival that's going on now. It got so popular that there's like a music festival happening out there. It's like, I'm sure it's not going to be great, but it's just this little music festival and a couple different artists are showing up, and it's like, if you're showing up to this
Dude,
thing,
it's it's gonna be legit if Ja Rule shows up, dude.
oh gosh.
You know his like management sucks so bad that they're gonna
They'll accept-
Ja
they'll
Rule
accept
has accepted
anything.
the amount of payment of $400.
Fire Festival
He's gonna play it.
2.0. Wah, 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 wah.
do y'all know anything about Burning Man? Because Burning Man just happened.
Burning Man sounds extremely lame. So, do you know? I know. Yeah.
I mean, I just know what I've seen.
So Burning Man, it's a. I thought it was the same thing as like Coachella, just a big old concert in the desert, but it's not. So Burning Man is this. I think it's a week long.
It's called Alien Stock.
Yes, Alien Stock.
It's called Alien Stock.
So Burning Man essentially is these group of people, and you go out and you build a community in the desert. I think I'm almost certain it's 2 weeks or 1 week, whatever. And whatever you take everything, you leave nothing. So like whatever you're washing your hands with, you're washing from like a gallon jug and it has to go into another like cleaning pit. You're not supposed to leave an ounce of anything. And it's a community, and all you do is survive off of that community by trading things for food. There's artists out there, there's whatever. So it's essentially like its own holistic community. And I mean, people are walking around naked, no deodorant, no nothing. They're not showering out there, and they're
It's
just
extremely dusty.
very dusty.
From
You just
what
go
I've
out and you're
seen.
just so dirty. And then at the end of it, you burn a token. You pick a token of something that you want to like leave. You want to like, whether it's something in your own personal life or from a relationship, whatever, and you leave and you attach it to the Burning Man. And at the end of it, you burn it up and then you leave. But I always thought it was a concert, a music festival. It's not. It's just this big, giant, I guess it's a festival, but it's a festival of like free living, off the grid, doing whatever. And so, yeah, you can't leave anything behind, no ounce of it. So like when you pee and poop and all that sort of stuff, like it's all in like porta potties or these like weird latrines that like you're able to like compost things in. It's weird. So nothing. It doesn't sound like anything
mean-
I'd be ever excited about to go do.
Other than the being like extremely dirty for however long,
Yeah.
I would spend like 2 days out there, honestly, because you don't have to stay out there for.
No, you don't have to
however
stay for the
long.
whole thing.
That actually sounds kind of sweet. Other than being like extremely dirty, and it's because it looks gross.
Yeah, it does.
It seems like it would be freaking kind of cool to like. You probably meet some crazy people. I don't know. I
Yeah.
could get down with that. I feel like.
You probably do see some.
Does it cost
weird
money?
people.
It doesn't cost any.
I'm almost certain. I think there's like a entrance / camping fee or whatever. Yeah, I always thought it was Coachella like 2.0, and I would love to go to Coachella. That's more my scene, music festivals.
I would love to go to Coachella too. They have insane, probably the most insane sound systems for festivals.
Yeah.
At Coachella, just because of the sheer amount of people that go to it.
The knowledge you can learn from those Instagram beeps would be.
Are you gonna go to that
Outstanding.
last night of ACL this year? We're gonna go see Mumford and Sons again. So it's gonna be awesome.
If I can just get
Another wristband, a free wristband. I'll get you another one. Don't worry.
You should tell them about that story.
Still got my connection.
I'm
So
gonna grab a beer.
while Trent grabs a beer, a couple years ago, it was like right before I moved to Colorado, and I was working at a church here, and I remember me and my buddy Austin were going to ACL that night, and I remember at the church, I made like an announcement on my Facebook. I was like, hey, if anybody has a free ticket to ACL, I got a friend that really wants one. Well, we couldn't find one, so Austin buys his own ticket. Well, the day of, church comes around. This guy walks up to me. He's like, hey, Abe, so I saw you post on Facebook. You needed a ticket, whatever. Just a random like churchgoer. I still remember who it is. Thank you, Jay Quintero. And he walks up to me. And he's like, I got this wristband. My daughter can't go back today, but she was able to slip it off of her hand. It must have been like, I don't know, teenage girl, whatever. So a tiny little wrist. And I was like, but you can't adjust these wristbands because like they don't want you trading them with people. So I was like, there is 2 people that I think this wristband will fit. Either some little tiny girl or Trent Garcia. And so I called Trent up and I was like, hey, Trent, do you want to go to ACL tonight? I have a free ticket. Yeah, what's the catch? Whatever. It's like, okay, the catch is you've got to fit this wristband that I have on your wrist. And so we meet up and he just instantly just like squeezes and just bloop, pops on his wrist.
It was almost too small to get on my wrist.
Yeah.
But I managed to get it on. It was pretty
Yeah.
crazy. And it was amazing. It was amazing.
Music festivals are my favorite thing.
I think it was amazing because so you reached out to me on Sunday morning. That morning. And I was like, oh, dude, absolutely. I get off work in like 30 minutes.
Because we were going to go see Willie Nelson, Mumford and Sons, that other band I forgot about. But it was going to be just one little night.
Yeah, so I meet him at his place. I'm still dressed in. Luckily, I had like tennis shoes. I had some black like pants on, and I had a button-up shirt. And I took the button-up shirt off, and I wore one of Abe's shirts.
We wear the exact same size as obvious. Different sizes.
It was.
But you look super
hilarious.
hipster. Because how big that shirt
I
was.
was wearing a ginormous shirt because
It
I
wasn't
wear small.
ginormous.
Well, dude, it was
Compared, it was ginormous.
Dude, I wear
it was ginormous.
I wear a size small shirt.
and I wear a medium back then.
Well, I was swimming in it.
plus a large. Maybe
But
extra
anyways, I
large.
bought a shirt at ACL, and I no longer have that shirt because it shrunk hardcore.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like too small.
but it was great, man. It was awesome because it was like, you know what, man, I'm getting off work in 30 minutes. I'm going to ACL.
Yeah.
Like this is good. This is crazy, and we got to see Mumford and Sons. I saw Willie Nelson. Maybe the last time I'll ever see Willie Nelson. 'Cause he's
he
so
looked like
old.
he's about to die.
Dude,
Sorry,
you know,
but-
do you remember Willie? All right, so it's like Willie Nelson is going up. We go to the bathroom right before Willie Nelson
Yes.
goes up. We have these like this sweet spot right in front of the soundboard. Our buddy had been there, and he was like, "Dude, I got a spot." We had like all these great people surrounding us. Like we had like like the couple next to us was like
We
our
had
little
this-
neighbor.
There was this lady that was like a mom, and she was just there by herself. She's like, I come every year. My kids and my husband don't want to come, so I just show up. I'm like, what?
We were like taking turns. We were like, "Hey, we got to go to the bathroom. Do y'all want beer?" And then we would like ask our little like, "Do y'all want some beer?" Like we can
It's the
work it
biggest
out.
family at those things.
It was so freaking cool. But we like went to the bathroom. That's when I bought that shirt. It was right before Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson's starting. I'm like trying to get back to our little spot, which our spot was like pretty close. Like,
yeah.
and dude, people were smoking weed, lighting up right before Willie Nelson. And I was just trying to get through the crowd, and people were getting so pissed at me. And it was like a mix of like people getting pissed at me and everybody like smoking weed and like me smelling weed. I got like just anxiety because I was like,
It was packed.
I was like, dude, I'm just trying to get to. I swear I have a spot, and I'm not trying to be that guy who just gets to the front.
yeah.
But I finally made it back, and freaking Matthew McConaughey comes out and
Yes.
introduces Willie Nelson, and he's holding an armadillo.
he just walks. So I'm
He
over.
just so nonchalantly walks up, and is like, "Hey, what's going on, everybody?"
He doesn't even say that. He does his signature.
He goes, "All right,
That's what it
all
was.
right."
And I didn't even. I was at the stand grabbing a drink, and keep in mind, like this field is humongous. It's like walking to the middle of a very packed football field. That's where we were. We're smack dab in the center. So I'm way off on the edge by my stuff, and I just hear that here. All right, all right, all right. And I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" And he came out and introduced Willie Nelson. That was one of my favorite memories, I think, from any ACL that I've been to, which I've only been to two. So yeah.
Yeah, it was great. We saw a bunch of bands, Will Nelson, Mumford and Sons. Mumford and Sons was great, man.
They were awesome. That's who I'm going to go see this year. I'm going to go see Laney and Mumford and Sons. So,
Yeah.
Nathan, have you ever been to like a music festival, ACL, anything like that?
Nope.
Nathan, you're like a music person. How have you not been to something like that?
I mean, I go to concerts, specific concerts.
Have you been to South by Southwest?
No, I don't think so.
We should go, man. We should go this next year. There's a guy on Reddit who I don't know if it's the same guy. It might be same guy. It might be different people. But there's a guy who lays out a spreadsheet every year of all the free stuff to do at South by Southwest. I worked at South by Southwest, and then I've gone twice. And the two times that I've gone, I downloaded this guy's spreadsheet, and I went for free. I just went to the free shows. There's so much free stuff to do. Like, you don't have to pay for the however many, like $600, $1,200 for the 3-day wristband, or the wristband that gets you into all the stuff. Like, you can go to this stuff for free. It's pretty crazy. But the best thing to do is you got to get a hotel and stay in Austin, because I drove back every night and it was rough.
Yeah.
Like after the third day, it was like, I'm getting really tired of this, because you're just outside and walking around. You're kind of like, you're essentially like venue hopping, and sometimes you're outside, and it's not summertime, but
yeah.
it is very draining. I would definitely love to get a place a hotel and stay there. It's kind of like if you're going to ACL. Like when you've gone to ACL, did y'all have a place to stay? Y'all had a hotel? Y'all split a place?
The only time I've gone for the whole weekend, I went once in 2015, and we went with Evan Ocampo and his
You
now
gotta
wife
say last names, dude.
Lauren Ocampo. Well, I'm giving them shout outs, proper shout outs. And so we went with also Alec, Alyssa went, and we booked a Motel 6. So we all stayed in one room, shared one shower, one bathroom, and Evan woke up every morning. This is how awesome Evan is. He wakes up every morning.
Cook breakfast.
He had that skillet in the room, just that little flat top, and he was making freaking potato, egg, and cheese tacos, biscuits, all sorts of stuff. And I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me, Evan?" So
Evan's like the man.
yeah, he's like, "Oh, I don't care. I have all this stuff." I'm like, "Dude, Evan, like this is just like a whole lot of mess and work." He's just like, "Bro, I'm just gonna do it. I'm making breakfast for all of us." And
That's like at Alex's bachelor party, dude. He woke up and made his that breakfast. Like after like a night of a lot of fun. Like 11 o'clock, or it's probably earlier than that, 10 o'clock. He's making eggs, bacon, sausage, like a full breakfast thing. It was so amazing.
We bought so much food for that trip. But yeah, so we're gonna go back this year. It's gonna be awesome. So
Are you gonna are you just gonna go the one day or?
Yeah, I think we're just gonna go that one night. This year wasn't like the best lineup, but when I saw Mumford and Sons was closing out the whole thing again, I was like, I'll go to that.
They
Nathan,
put on a good show.
Guess what they're having this year at one of the stages? Do you remember in New York what me and you stumbled upon?
Silent disco.
They're having a silent disco on one of the stages.
That's the
late at
lamest.
night. Well, I know that means they couldn't get an artist.
Thing.
That means they couldn't get an artist. But Nathan, don't act like it was lame because we had a lot of fun that night.
We showed up at the tail end of.
We had to convince them to give us free headsets. We're like, hey, it's only 10 minutes left. Can we just have headsets? And so, here's the deal though. It would be a lot of fun though with that many people. On like one stage, just that many people.
If it was that many people, it'd be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. But
So would all of you be listening to the same thing?
No, it's like
three different.
Yeah,
Usually like 3 or 4 different DJs, right?
They had like 3 stations you could choose from, and the stations were just different colors, and your headphones would change colors.
Yeah.
That way, you could see somebody else.
And
Like
you could be
dancing to
like-
the same music,
like,
and you're like,
dude.
"Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
So
vibing
you
with this
listen-
girl. I don't know who it is."
So on stage, you have like, let's say they have 3
really
DJs,
stupid.
red, green, and blue. You're listening, but everyone's headphones are glowing a certain color. And then all of a sudden, you're looking around, everyone's like, oh my gosh. Oh, darn the blue.
It's always like they
And
were
you
playing
see-
like predictable songs.
It
so
is,
it's
yeah.
really
It's like
stupid.
Usher, yeah. So you look around and
Usher?
everyone's headset. No, I'm just saying like a song that
They're
everyone
playing
like, will sing.
Akon.
Usher, locked up, they won't let me out. So you'll see everyone switch, and it'll be red one second, and all of a sudden everyone's on blue, and the crowd is just going crazy. So you're like, switch to blue, and it's like, Work It by Missy Elliott. I don't know. But yeah, so they're having that, which does seem lame for a music festival. I'm wondering, like, they couldn't get an artist, or maybe it's just something they're trying. But we are going this year. I want to go see Lainey and Mumford and Sons. That's like my 2 I really, really, really want to go see. Casey Musgraves will be there. There's a couple of cool ones out there.
Did we see that guy? We saw that guy last time, or no?
No, Casey's a girl.
Who was the guy? Who was the guy that we saw?
I don't know what that band is called, but I know who you're talking about. It's like some old guy.
Dude,
like,
we sound so stupid. We're like, have you ever heard of
that guy.
Have you ever heard of Psycho Elephant? It's like, yeah, dude, I really like the last album,
I
but
listened
like
to him
the
when he was
album
still
before that
playing.
was a lot better. Like they definitely had a producer that has definitely shifted their
Yes.
musical taste to something that from the beginning they never really wanted
Trent,
to
shut
become.
up.
Yes. Shaba.
That's what we sound like.
Yes, it's true. I know we became those people. Nathan, I feel like you would really love music festivals. Do you not like big crowds though?
No, I did think I just end up working through that stuff.
Gotcha.
I just,
Well, if you want to go on Sunday, we're gonna go. I think it's the 13th or something. So
Of October,
yeah.
it's my birthday.
you can't go on Trent's birthday. What's wrong with you?
Trent, I'll get you a ticket for your birthday.
That'd be amazing.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
pretty
Well,
sure.
I gotta have to find one too. Then.
Yes, there's still the Sunday ones are still on sale. Well, hold on, go to that date real quick.
October 13th
Yeah, it is the
is a
13th.
Sunday.
That's the last night of ACL.
That'd be
That'd be a fun birthday.
I want to
like,
be
go
somebody
out like
that is on Instagram. Somebody will video me and put me on Instagram, but I want to have a possum
at
like
ACL.
domesticated in a little backpack on my back.
You know what people do? Best way, and I'm not saying it'll gain any traction by any means, but it would be so funny. So at ACL, you know how everyone walks around, or at least, I mean, Trent, you were there. I don't know if they had them last time. Yeah, they did. All the poles with like stuff on top of it so people know where you're at. And I mean, they're crazy tall. What if we put our little chew-doing guy on a pole and went to ACL?
It'd be pretty hilarious.
Could you imagine him just like walking around and he's just like, nerd?
So is that that's what it's for? That's what people do that for?
People do that to like see each other, but I think most people do the totems now just because it's like you bring a totem.
It's just a fun. It's like
Yeah.
bringing a sign that you made to a basketball game or something.
Exactly. My favorite is always
would
the
never
Kermit
do
the
that.
Frog one. There's always a Kermit the Frog one, and it's on this giant pole, and he's just like, ah! And like dancing to music. So
Nice.
it was a really good impression.
In terms of like music festivals, there's
Oh.
always somebody who's like super far up front, and then they have to go to the bathroom like in the middle of the show, or like right before
Yeah.
somebody's about to start. And I can't remember. I don't know if it was at ACL or it was probably some other show I was at. This one guy yelled out something like really random, like mustard, potato skins, mustard, as he was leaving. So everybody, when he was going back to his spot, he kept yelling that, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that was the guy from earlier. Let him through."
So that's the smartest
Yeah,
thing to
it's-
do. So no one's like, oh, you're not trying to sneak back in. It's like,
Yeah, mostly everybody was just like, "Oh, that's the guy from earlier."
and
Like,
I would much rather I would have less of an attitude if somebody. I would have more of an attitude if someone behind me was like, sorry, I went to the restroom. I'm just coming back from the restroom.
it's like, yeah, right. buddy.
Versus if somebody walked past me yelling, mustard, potato skin, mac and cheese, Gerber, 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 like Gerber baby food. Like, if they were coming back and doing that, I'd be like, oh, dude, that's that Gerber baby food boy. Like, I would totally let him back in.
That's like when somebody yelled out mashed potatoes during that Tiger Woods thing.
What?
Oh, I don't think it was a Tiger Woods thing. I think it was just like a golf tournament.
Mashed potatoes.
Like right when the guy's about to hit the ball, somebody on the sideline yelled out mashed potatoes.
You hear that one lady, he needs some milk.
No, just mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes.
The only thing about if I was to go to ACL on my birthday is I fly out like the next morning at 7:30.
Totally cool. Make a whole thing of your birthday. You know how cool that would be? It's like, I was
Hey,
at
no.
ACL. Now I'm going to New York
I'm flying-
City.
Yeah, but like
You're sleeping the whole flight. Who cares?
I do sleep on the flights, man.
I fall asleep
ain't
before it takes
There
off.
ain't nothing to do on the flights, man.
I fall asleep before planes
I
take
get those
off,
little
and I
neck
wake up.
I
and
get
I'm
the
like,
little neck pillows. I got my noise canceling headphones. I listen to the same damn album over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Steely Dan live. That's what I do.
I was gonna. This is not gonna be a segue because I'm actually not gonna talk about it. But I will say I do have an album I listen to when I fly, and it's not even an album; it's a playlist on Spotify, and it is the. This isn't gonna segue. It's the This Is John Mayer album or playlist. It's so chill. That's the most relaxing music for me, at least, to listen to when I fly. I turn that on. I fall asleep and I wake up mid-flight. We flew to Africa one time, and I fell asleep for the entire 8 hours. I popped a ZQL, and I fell asleep before we took off, and I woke up with 30 minutes left on the flight, and it was an 8.5-hour flight. So I was done.
The thing about flying and sleeping is it's never really that. It's very mediocre sleeping for the most part, unless you get those sweet plane ticket seats where you like can recline and you got some.
Yeah.
You can be like, "Hey, lady, come make my bed," and they come and
You
make
need to get
it.
the exit row one without the seat in front of it, to where it's like there's a full like extra
See,
space. Oh, I love that.
Even though I'm a tall guy, I don't really have problems with like my knees.
if my knees hit something, I hate it. I'm like, I don't.
My
wanna
knees
live-
never
I
hit
don't wanna
something,
do
man.
this.
I don't know if it's just the way I'm chilling when I sit in a plane. Like I stretch the legs out, I stretch them underneath to that little metal bar that the person can put their heels on.
Yeah. I do that. Yeah.
I always fight over that with the person in front of me. That's the only thing.
My feet never go back there. I just always. if
People-
I never put my heels on that.
People's feet go back there, man. It's pretty surprising.
Yeah.
Like I shove my feet down there. But other than that, it's not that. It's just like, dude, I need to like lean on something. And even when you're on the window seat, you're just leaning on a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
Even if you have a little neck pillow, like I need like the mat. I need like something just outrageous
Yeah.
around my neck where I'm just like, chilling. But
Yeah.
and then you're like just so drowsy, and it's like the lady comes by, and you're like,
My nose gets dry. Everything. It's so dry on those
"Oh, have a
airplanes.
ginger ale, please, and some peanuts."
I always get a ginger ale. That's a good flight drink.
It is, man, because if you have an upset stomach from flying, it kind of settles it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fake sugar water, nice. That real ginger, huh?
Hey, man, I've got a system when it comes to flying. It's
Yeah.
like you got to eat something. Eat McDonald's,
Yeah.
man. McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's always McDonald's. That's the only thing in the airport that'll be consistently
There's always a McDonald's
fine.
at an
It'll
airport.
be fine, man. You
Yeah,
just eat some
McDoubles
McDonald's.
tastes the same all over the world. It's kind of weird.
It's true.
It's like I get some peanuts, some $8 peanuts from one of those magazine shops.
Yeah.
I get a big jug of Smart Water,
Yep.
and then I have a ginger ale on the plane with some more peanuts.
I try and sit down with everything already situated. I don't want during the flight for me to have to like wrestle my bag out from the seat in front of me. I'm like, dude, I
Dude.
want my earpods in. I want my
I
AirPods in.
go
I want everything.
so prepared, man.
Yes.
I go with flip flops.
Yep.
So when I go through security, I
Bloop.
just swap those things off. I don't want to have to untie anything. I go to the airport looking like a freaking hobo, man.
Yeah. I showed up. We went to, we were leaving the Springs one day, and it was May, and it was still cold. It was snowing. It had snowed the day before. And me and my buddy Rico, shout out, we went to San Diego, and I went to the airport. Keep in mind, there's snow on the ground in the Springs. I showed up with my swimsuit because we were flying back the next morning. So I had my tiny backpack. I went in my swimsuit, sandals, a tank top, and then just totally walked into the airport, and everyone's like, what the heck is this guy doing? But
Nice.
yeah, go prepared, man. I'm all about flying comfortably. My dad, when he flies across, he's going to Iran later this month or next month or whatever. He goes in like a suit jacket, like button
No.
up, tie. And I'm like, Dad, why? He's like,
No.
I want to look nice when I arrive. I'm like, dude, if that was me, I'm like track pants, a little hoodie. Like I could not go super dressed up like that.
I don't remember what the guy's name was, but when I worked in New York, I ran this gig for this like famous chef. I think he was from Top Chef. Or he's on a TV show or something. And he was explaining how, I mean, it's because he's a celebrity that he goes in full suit to the airport. And I was like, dude, what? You're dumb, dude. That's so
Sounds
uncomfortable.
horrible.
Like maybe if you're in first class, although
Yeah.
although suit pants are really freaking comfortable. Not gonna lie, dude.
Yeah.
I used to wear like real nice suit pants every Sunday, and
Yeah.
it was real nice.
Nathan,
I don't
what do
even-
you wear when you fly?
I would do the kind of the Trent method. Hoodie.
Hoodie. It's so comfy.
Hoodie.
The only bad thing is when you get that
Joggers.
one plane that's hot as hell. You get on and it's like
No, they're
can
never hot,
everyone-
bro.
Better
No.
than being cold.
No, I'd
Better than
much
being
rather be
freezing cold.
When you walk on and they're like, "We're sorry, all the vents have been running and there's no AC and it's just a giant sock in here." I'm like, "There's no."
The only
freaking
time
way.
that I'm like not having a good time is when
Somebody
I'm
farts?
feeling nauseous, and I need that jet to be like blowing on my face, or
Oh,
else
yeah.
I might throw up.
Yeah, your mouth starts salivating, your whole body's just like,
And it's like, dude, I do not want to throw up on this plane. I can't remember. I think it was when I was on tour. Something. It was just flying a bunch, man. Like flying every now and then is fine, but when you fly all the time, sometimes you just get sick, man. You get
Yeah.
like motion sickness. That happened to me finally, and it was because I was flying a bunch, and it was sucked, man.
Yeah.
I had to take some meds and ugh.
I love. Everyone's gonna think I'm crazy because I know I'm not gonna die. Hopefully, I love turbulence, dude. When you hit like a good patch of turbulence and it's like a little roller coaster, when your stomach goes like,
I don't like it, but I do like watching people react to it. Like,
well, there's
negatively.
always
I
that
li-
lady next to you that goes, and she grabs onto the like armrest and is like, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't care if it's like if we're going down, dude. It's like, dude,
Well, it's entertaining, right?
what am I gonna do strapped to this seat? man?
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be able to do anything.
Yeah.
Nothing I do is gonna help me survive.
You don't ever hear of like these big major plane crashes besides the ones that are like in the water. But even then, where anyone, if your plane has a non-airport like land landing, no, that's called a plane crash. The same thing in the water. If you have a water landing, no, that's a crash. Like No one survives those things. And you go so quick. So it's like, well, live it up, right? But still, I don't mind turbulence. I'm kind of like, okay, well, because until the flight attendants start freaking out, there is no reason for me to freak out. Because the flight attendants still walking around.
Have you ever had gnarly turbulence? Like,
Huh?
have you ever had any gnarly turbulence?
We flew into my very first trip to New York, actually, 2009, 10 years ago. We were landing into... It was before Southwest flew into New York. They only flew into Islip. That was in
Really?
Long Island. Yeah, it was like 45 minutes away from like even LaGuardia. So we had to like go, and then we took a car into the city. So we landed, and it's a clear day, and it's winter, and then all of a sudden we get close, and there's this humongous cloud we start flying through. And I was like, check out this cloud. But I didn't realize it was that type of cloud. And when the plane hit, it just like, I mean, I got air out of my seat for like, I don't know how long, but it was like, wow! Like, and the whole plane screamed. A few bags fell open because the thing popped open. I was a little scared, but it was also one of those like, oh damn, like that was dope. I'd do it again. I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't really mind that type of turbulence, but there is something where the plane just drops. Like,
Yeah.
like out of nowhere.
Nowhere,
Like,
yep.
we're good. And then it just drops, dude.
Yeah.
And that is a rush, man.
Yeah, it'll get you.
I haven't had anything real super serious, but I have had the plane just like drop like a lot.
Yeah.
And that was pretty intense.
Yeah, I've never been afraid of it. It's one of those things. Everyone's like, I need my Dramamine, whatever, before I fly. I'm like, no, I've never had like a anxiety of flying or anything. It's
Neither have I. When I was little, I used to love just the idea of like, you go to the airport. Like, I liked that movie with Tom Hanks, The Terminal.
yeah,
Do you ever watch
yeah,
that?
where he stays overnight in the terminal and all that.
I just for some reason like loved going to the airport.
Airports are fun, honestly, if you have a good one.
They're
too.
not anymore.
Well,
because
I guess now that I'm an adult, I'm like,
because you got like so much stuff. Like, dude, I travel with very minimal amount of clothes. I'm very minimal when it comes to like clothing. Like,
Yeah.
I cut it so close. If I need anything, I'll just buy it.
yeah, that's true. I don't. Yeah, I
But
don't.
other
pack,
than that, I pack like my camera gear.
Yeah.
I used to pack my laptop. I don't even have a laptop anymore.
Yeah.
And I would just, it's like, look, I'm wearing this on the plane.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody getting this. Like, this
It
is
really-
valuable to me. And it's just the worst annoying thing to carry
Yeah.
a bag full of equipment. And that's what I do, man. It sucks.
It does depend on what airport you go to. I know we'll change topics, but like I love the Orlando airport. Yo, my favorite airport in the world. It's got so much stuff to do, but I hate when you're standing in line to put your bag up and the person in front of you doesn't know how to load their bag. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody knows that one guy or girl who tries to load
They're
their
like
luggage in
rotating
sideways.
it all wrong.
And I want to
Yeah.
look at them and be like, did you not play with those blocks when you were little that makes you put in like a certain shape, like a square goes in a square? And they're putting it all sideways. And I'm like, if you looked at where you're putting your bag, easily you would solve this situation. It would just poop, pop right in. But
Unless it's like a lady, like an old lady that's struggling with their bag, dude.
she shouldn't be flying anyways. Is that her last flight or
No,
what?
dude, I'll help her out, man. She's got not that heavy of a bag anyways. I help people out, man, on the
Also,
planes.
but you know what's also the worst thing? People that put their backpacks in the overhead and it's a small backpack. I'm like, do you not hear them say? Because I'm trying to find place for my luggage and someone has the
yeah.
nerve to have their backpack. Nathan, you and me and Adam, we got stuck at LaGuardia Airport that one night. That was when that kid was...
The kid was on a leash, a
that-
full body leash.
that kid was picking his butt right in front
Yeah.
of me, literally standing right in front of me. We all got delayed. We could have had an extra 10 hours in New York City. And we get to the airport, and it's delay after delay after delay. There's a big storm coming through, yada, yada, yada. And I remember me, Nathan, Adam, we didn't leave New York until we were already supposed to be home in San Antonio because we're supposed to have a layover in Dallas for like 2 hours, then get home. We didn't even board the plane until like 1 a.m. So it's 1 a.m. We're already going to have to go to Dallas, stay the night in the airport, and then fly back. So I'm already in a bad mood. And I get on this plane, and I remember, and I think you were with me because Adam gave me a weird look. I think y'all both did, like, Abe, chill out. But I remember they're trying to get everyone's luggage on. Everyone's like just high strung from this freaking layover. And I go to put my suitcase up, and there's this backpack that's in there. Nothing's in it. It's like a cheap little, like, so they've got maybe a couple shirts in there or whatever. It could fit under the seat. And I remember I go, excuse me, whose backpack is this? Oh, no one's going to answer? Like, whose backpack is this? I remember Adam was like looking at me like, dude, what the hell are you doing? And I remember this one lady, she rolls her eyes and she lifts up her hand. She's like, here, give it to me. And I was like, oh, yeah, cool. Listen to the flight attendants when they say backpacks go under your seat. And I just threw my luggage in and left. I've never been so mad on a flight. But those are the kind of people that, I don't know. Flying annoys me sometimes. I think as I get older, I'm just like, learn how to do it or don't fly. Like,
for me, the worst is I'm taking what I'm taking on the plane. Like, I don't want to take this on the plane as it is. Like,
Yeah.
I wish there was another way to like keep this valuable stuff. So it's like, I already don't want to take this. It's heavy. I'm having to lug it through the airport. Dude, I would love to just walk through the airport with my phone and my wallet and my headphones, dude. That's the dream.
I would love to check everything. I wouldn't mind that.
That would be amazing, but that's not the case because I don't trust. Dude,
my valuables will never be checked. It's like my luggage were closed. That's fine. But
so when I was on tour, I had this Pelican case, and it held all my laptop, like all my valuable like stuff that I needed for the job, and that was all I brought on. And we had some super shitty flights, and we had some flights where like some connecting flights that we barely made. And it was always like we were the last ones on the plane.
Yeah.
And we had some times where there wasn't any luggage space left.
Yeah.
And I had to give them my Pelican case. And they took it, and I saw them chunk it so freaking high up in the air. And they broke, like, I have these like tabs on the side of them. They're
right.
just, I don't know, they're supposed to reinforce it. Broke the tabs, all of that. It was the worst. But there was one time where I missed my connecting flight, and by like 2 minutes.
Oh, that's the worst.
We were in California. I can't remember what city we were playing at, but I had a rental, and I drove to LAX, and we were in San Diego. I had a rental, dropped the rental off, flew to San Diego, and missed the connecting flight, and then had to stay the night in San Diego.
Not a bad place to stay.
We were in San Diego, and I stayed the night in LA because we missed the flight. And it was actually really fun because I had nothing going on the next day. It was like no sweat. It was like, look, man, we missed our flight. I got to stay an extra day, and it doesn't even matter because I was doing nothing tomorrow. And it was freaking great, man. I met up with my friend. It was awesome. I met up with Dan.
As stressed out as I am about like connecting flights, I will never be the person though that as soon as the plane lands, I was like, "Oh, unbuckle, let me go and stand up, get my stuff."
Stand up.
I'd never do that.
I know. That's so annoying. It's like you're not going anywhere, man.
Yep.
They still got to pull up to the freaking thing, and the thing's got to stretch out and get on the door. Like, come on, man.
I don't mind it when they're like, hey, we have some people making a connecting flight. If you do not have a connecting flight within the next hour, can you please like stay seated? And sometimes I'll stand, and there's still like this one sweet little lady that wants to walk by, and the guys won't let her. I'm like, dude, like let this. I don't mind that stuff. I'm like, yeah, go to the front of the plane. I want you to make your flight, but your luggage probably won't make it.
See, here's the thing: is people are assholes, and there's no
planes make people.
There's
like
no
that.
way. I've been in that situation where it's like I'm the connecting flight. I gotta get the F off this plane right now.
Yeah.
Like I have freaking 20 minutes.
Yep.
And my gate got changed, and it's freaking so far away. And they're like, all right, we have a lot of people, the delays that happened. We got a lot of people. So if you just stay put and let the people who have connecting flights, that whole thing. And it's like, dude, everybody stands up.
There's no way
dude.
that many people have a connecting flight right now.
There's no way, man. It's just people are assholes, man.
Yep. Yeah. I wish they would just call it out because they have lists of people who need to make it. I should be like, if your name is Fatima Sabajaba, if your name's Abe Baranapur, if you're blah, 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 like, go ahead and stand up. You're going to go ahead and get off because we need you to make your flight. Because that's money that the airline loses.
Dude, the
But
last
whatever.
run of like shows that I was doing fly dates, and on the last flight I ever took, it was like 5 a.m. I think I ate like chicken strips from some place, dude, and I let out the warmest.
Oh,
Dude, look, I was in the middle of the plane. All right, I sat down, and people. It was like there was enough room on the plane. It was like a very scarce amount of people. Everybody was kind of spread out. So I was like, I'm gonna take a chance. You know, I let a warm fart slide out, dude. Dude, this thing smelled like. It smelled like sewer, bro. And then I guess the little, you know how you have like the little air conditioning things on the top? I was like looking around like upset, turning the thing like, good grief, who did that?
Who did that?
And there was a lady in front of me, dude, and she turned around and looked at me in disgust and was like messing with her air. And I looked at her too, and I was like, gosh, well, somebody, good grief. And I was like acting like somebody else did it, dude. But it was me,
as
man.
You stood up to touch your air, like the extra gas cloud from your butt,
Dude,
just like
dude,
And you know,
released.
here's the
Ew.
thing. It wasn't just that lady. People behind me.
Oh, yeah.
Like I heard people having conversations about it, and then like the stewardess walked by, and she was like, "Oh my god!" Like she couldn't.
She's
it
like,
was-
sir, we're going to have to ask
Yeah.
you to get off the plane.
well, they didn't know who it was, man. I was just watching it
Mid-flight,
unfold.
get off the plane.
I was just watching it unfold, and it was just like,
Dude,
dude, that fart traveled all the way through the cabin.
Well,
of the
here's the
plane.
deal. How are you
And-
ever going to know who it is?
dude, exactly, man. I'll
You-
fart on the
everyone-
plane, no problem, dude.
Everyone can blame. Everyone can look around and be like, "Was that you?" And if you say no, then it's like, "Okay, well then it wasn't you." Like no one will ever know on a
Dude,
plane
they
because you're in
just
such
want-
close proximity.
They just want to be like, what are you gonna do if you? Yeah, that was me. Well, why did you do that? Well,
That's true.
I couldn't hold it, man.
Dude, do
'Cause
you
The
want me
only
to
thing that
die?
you eat in this airport is like greasy food that upsets your stomach. So it's like
That is
whatever.
true. What would you say if you looked around? If you were that one person that just wasn't having it that day, and you looked around, you were like, well, "Did you just pass gas? Did you fart?"
No,
and
dude,
then
but
somebody
this was
responded
offensively.
back.
This was
Right.
like offensive.
Right,
it
right,
smelled
right.
bad, dude.
But what would you do though if the person turned to you and was like, "Yeah,
You know,
good going.
okay, well just
Are you,
control yourself."
They would have
Like,
been like, well, next time go to the restroom.
that's exactly what they would
No,
say. And this
'cause
guy's
then
in
the
a
guy
suit
who
or a
goes to
polo
pee or something afterwards is gonna get killed. You know.
Yeah. Gosh.
Think of the concentrated area. You know.
dude, when was the last time you guys took a dump on an airplane?
I've never.
Oh, dude,
I don't do
are
that.
you? Aren't you not supposed to do that?
It's kind of like
No,
unless
dude,
you,
you can
have,
do it.
I
you
thought it's like a
can
bus,
do it,
like the
but
bus
you
rules,
shouldn't.
man. You
yeah.
don't go number two
No,
on the bus.
dude, because you're done, dude. Once the plane lands,
You know
you're
what?
Out of
if
there.
I'm having a bad day, I would disrespect the plane. That
But
way,
you're
you know?
not out of that plane for a while. And the worst part is that little door, that little hatch door, there's so much air going through that. So you know that while you're sitting there, like as soon as you open that door, it's like fluffed. Like
Yeah,
everybody
dude,
right
everyone's
there.
gonna know you took a dump.
Because number one, you took a little bit longer than the person that peed before you. And
Not
you're
if
like,
you
I was
sneeze.
just washing my hands really quick.
You
And
just
it's
gotta
like-
make yourself sneeze, dude, and then it's quick, dude.
Dude, one time
Gross.
I got food poisoning while on the road, and I threw up on the plane, and I was so scared that like just imagining like I'm about to throw up. And some probably dude just sat on this toilet. And so, dude, I
you were
threw
gonna throw up in some
I
doo-doo,
threw up.
bro.
I threw up standing up, man. Just like, dude, yeah, man. And it was like in my mind, it was just like, I'll somehow aim it, and I didn't aim it
No.
well at all, dude. But I had just had coffee. It was like
Yeah,
it was like
liquid.
literally 6 a.m. and it was just 5. It was 5 a.m. coffee that I had, and I just cleaned it up.
I want to go to the airport. So I don't like. I love traveling. I don't mind ever flying. I don't care whether it's a 45-minute flight to Houston. Like I love flying. There's
See-
something about it. You're so excited because it's like I'm about to go somewhere. We're gonna go.
Dude, no, man.
Nah, dude, flying sucks.
I
I'd rather
love-
Dude,
drive.
flying suck. Yeah, dude, I'd rather chill, dude.
I'd be chilling on the drive,
You
man.
chill on the plane.
You can do
Dude,
so much
beef
thinking.
jerky, dude. Gas station stops, man. You have to go figure out how much toilet paper to put on the toilet seats when you got to go number 2.
Yeah,
You know,
like
you gotta
how
get
many
creative.
how many times did it take when you were flying to get bored of like, oh look, it looks really cool out there on the out the window. Like
I will
it's
admit-
like when I was 12, that was cool.
There was one summer. I don't. You know, when I spread out my like flights, there was one summer when I was working at CBC, and it was flight after flight after flight after flight. It was Oklahoma, and then it was Africa, and then it was Jamaica, and like there was literally. I think I probably flew like 6 times all within a span of 2 months, which doesn't sound like a lot for some people, but for me it was. I
a
will say,
lot.
by the time the Africa one was the worst because it was the last one. It was like I had just done New York, I'd done all these trips, and then it was like, all right, next week it was every other week, so it was staggered, but still. But it was like, all right, this next week you have 2-hour flight to New York, followed by an 8-hour flight to Amsterdam, followed by an 8-hour flight to Rwanda, followed by a 2-hour flight to Uganda, and it was the same thing coming back, and it was like I was done. I didn't want to fly again for at least another like 6 months, and I did. I flew like right after that, but still, I will say it does get old. But there's something exciting if I'm like, yo, I'm going somewhere. I love it. So
See, I've become more a fan of driving. Like, I don't know what it is, man. It's just super chill. I personally don't like driving. I really like riding shotgun, but I will drive, and you know, I'm into that. Like like I didn't drive to Enchanted Rock, but we drove, and it was
pretty.
it was
chill.
only an hour and a half, but it was super chill. But even like when we drove back and forth from here to New York, like it was still super fun. I think the scenery from Texas to New York is really not that great. Like it's very repetitive, but I feel like there's a lot of cool places we could drive to. That's why I want to make these. Even driving through Texas is like there's some cool parts of Texas depending on where you drive. Like I feel like I want to do a lot more West Texas driving.
Yeah, West Texas would be cool.
Because there's so much like vast stuff to see.
I've always wanted to do the that scenic drive you see in every movie that goes through like West Texas and then the deserts of like Arizona, where it's just like that straight road that's like, and it kind of curves down a little bit, but you see these 2 big mountains and you just go through it. Not even mountains, those big giant red rock things. I've always wanted to do something like that. So one day, West Texas, I wouldn't mind that. Just as long as it's not too hot, guys. I don't want it to be.
It's gonna be getting like really nice, especially at night.
Hey,
Like
fall would be
now's the
awesome.
time to go freaking camping.
But what we should do is we'll make that trip to the Grand Canyon. For anyone listening, if you've been to the Grand Canyon, you know what a shocker that is. When you walk up to that ledge and you're not even expecting it, and you're like, there's literally nothing that can prepare you for the Grand Canyon. You walk up and you're like, you've got to be kidding me. How is this here? Nathan, have you been?
I went when I was like tiny little kid, man.
So do you remember it at all?
Nope.
I'm telling you, me and my buddy Josh, we did an overnight trip there. It was amazing.
Okay, so how long is the drive to Grand Canyon?
It is a 17-hour drive, nonstop. But it's fine. It's fine, Mita. You could leave at, let's say,
It's probably definitely a better drive than the drive to New York.
If we left at 7 o'clock at night.
Like it's got to be an interesting drive.
Yeah.
What do you
No.
go through New Mexico?
You go through Albuquerque, then you go through Roswell. Those are the only 2 places you
Roswell,
go through.
dude.
Roswell's funny.
Roswell's cool, man.
Like, and it's just weird out there. Like,
driving through New
shops.
Mexico is not that bad. You
No,
have like
it's
a
beautiful.
lot of. You're driving through mountains.
so if you leave at 7 o'clock at night, it's actually timed out perfectly. That's why we did it. When you pull up to Albuquerque, where there's a bunch of mountains, you pull up there right around sunrise, and it's these purple mountains. It's we planned it out perfectly. So go through. Yeah, the only place you go through is Albuquerque, Roswell, and then you hit the Arizona border, and you literally just go straight to the Grand Canyon. But it's amazing. Like, yeah, it's awesome. So we got to do it sometime. I would be so down. And so we drive there. You leave at 7 o'clock. You leave it. We live in the hood. There's sirens if you can't hear them. But
Dude, so that's what I really like about living down here is sometimes that happens and it just reminds me of New York.
yeah, New York. You're going on your trips, and we should talk about that soon, next week or something.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, when we stayed up late last night, and it was midnight, and we were watching this video. I stayed up a little bit later. I kept watching videos. We'll talk about it more later on some other podcast, but I would move back if I was rich. I wouldn't move back. I would just have a house there that I can go to anytime I want. But We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah. But yeah, we got to go on some trips, man. I'm really stoked.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Now that it's like fall and stuff,
Heck yeah.
I would be so down.
All we got to do is we got to get a tent.
Yep.
We have to get a tent of some sort. Look, dude, I've camped, man.
Yeah.
I know how to camp.
I've got that REI membership. We got to go to the garage sale. That's where you get all the cheap stuff.
Well, I went to the last garage sale and it was not that great, but I did get there
You went,
super.
yeah.
I went there super late.
You have to go wait in line the morning of.
Yeah, and the stuff that they had was really messed up. Like I was looking at the stuff.
I got a backpack for like $40 off, and the only thing it was missing was it had the zipper on it. It didn't have that little string that you can buy a replacement of. It was like, oh, wow. That's really... And it was this nice like North Face bag. And man, I had it in Colorado. I was ready to use it. I never used it once. It sat there with the tags for like a year and a
So
half.
you still have it?
No, I sold it before I left. So
There you go.
whatever.
Yeah. All we need is one of those little propane, little like flame things, so we can like boil some water.
Yeah.
Make some coffee. I got a portable grinder. I'm pretty sure Nathan has a portable grinder too.
Yeah, buddy.
We got
Yep.
the aero presses.
Yep.
We can bring some
Yep.
freaking mugs.
Yep.
Wild gift, huh?
And we just got to figure out food. But
Yo,
like,
honestly, I'm a sandwich person. You load up a Yeti with some cold cuts and all that.
Dude, I'll eat
that.
bologna sandwiches. I love bologna
Totally
sandwiches.
fine. Oh, I love bologna sandwiches.
Dude, actually, I'm going to go get some bologna after this.
on the way
man.
home, stuff. Tag us in that. I want some bologna. That actually sounds real good.
Yeah, man. What do you make bologna sandwiches with? Like,
Oh, it's a white bread.
White bread.
Do not use wheat. It's bologna, mustard, cheese, mayo. Throw in some Lay's regular chips in there to add some crunch, and you press the bread down so it like.
you smash it?
Oh, and then you. Nom, 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 nom.
Dude, when we went fishing, we went fishing at the beginning of summer before it was like stupid hot. Mm-hmm. I packed like 3 sandwiches and I ate them like all throughout the day. It was
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
It helped me over like no other.
We could do ASMR eating bologna, and it would be
Sardines,
like this.
man.
We'd
Some
be
sardines and crackers, man. No? Okay.
It's not a stereo mic.
It'll always be a stereo mic.
Can you eat ramen when you're camping? Yeah, you can, right?
You could actually if you
Boil water and
if
then
you
just put it in the cup?
yeah, heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, man, we're set.
Dude,
Sandwiches,
we
ramen,
c- we-
we're done.
we-
I don't need to make the
actually-
steaks and all that kind of stuff. I don't care. I just
Nah.
want sandwiches. Sandwiches.
We could do it, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm gonna
We'll
go.
make it happen.
I'm gonna go to REI and buy one of those. One
Be
of those
down.
things.
What things?
The little propane little.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Coleman stove?
Yeah, you like
Oh,
screw
dude,
the
those
little.
are at Academy, man. Those are
Yeah,
Screw
those
the
are
little
cheap from
propane
Academy
thing.
and Walmart.
Oh well.
The REI brand.
We can go there.
No, get the
then.
REI brand. Get
Get
that
the
one.
Coleman ones, dude. Those are solid.
Yeah. They're cheap. They're like, yes, nothing. Next to nothing.
I used to have a pretty insane like 8-person tent, but the last like 4 times that I went camping, I got rained out, and it was so terrible. So
Yeah.
I'm ready to get back on the horse. You know.
Aria, here's the deal. I'm going to invest in a good tent. I do want like a, not like a,
I want to get
went
like
and got the Coleman tent.
I want to get like a nice 2-person tent.
Yeah.
Like, Lauren does not like camping at all, but
What?
2-person tent. You can cram 3 people in a freaking 2-person tent, no problem. Yeah, Lauren doesn't like to camp. That's just not her thing, you know.
Yeah, some people have their thing. Well,
Well, I'm pretty sure that old dusty trail is...
time to hit the old dusty trail.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, it was a good time tonight. We talked all over the map, but
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Leave some comments. Yeah, check out our Instagram or hit us up on Twitter, you know, YouTube, all that stuff. Peace.
we out.